Yellowstone National Park, the very first of its kind in the entire world. Growing up as a nature-loving child in the flat, monotonous mosquito wasteland that is Florida, I dreamt of mountains, pine trees, and snow. I dreamt of Yellowstone, and how one day I would be there, and maybe befriend a beaver or two. So this is my video on finally stepping foot on this sacred park. It's also a video about just one short day in a park that, during the filming of this vlog, was almost entirely closed. So I'm staying here in Prairie, Montana, which is kind of by Livingston in this cabin. I'm gonna come in through the north side entrance of Yellowstone, so it's about 40 minutes from where I'm at. Yes, this is the same cabin from my Montana video. It's strategically located and oozing with country feel. I have to say, if you are in this area by Yellowstone and you have the opportunity to rent an Airbnb, like something like a cabin, something that's a little more authentic than staying like at a Motel 6 or a Radisson, like the experience you get out of being in a cabin is great. Alright, so you should know this simple fact. Visiting Yellowstone anytime from October to May means you'll have limited access. In fact, for most of that stretch, you can only access the park via the north and northeast entrances, with the road that takes you between Gardiner and Cook City being the only open road by car. So that takes me south of the Paradise Valley to this place. So right in the north entrance of Yellowstone National Park is the town of Gardiner, Montana. Now, it's a pretty cool town because it's sort of like a place where you stop to get a nice little cup of joe right before your long trail. I'm not gonna lie, this town's pretty clutch. You know, something tells me I'm here. Some tidbits to keep in mind when you're visiting Yellowstone. Obviously, if you come in the summertime, everything's gonna be open. You won't have a problem with roads being closed. Really, as soon as they get a significant amount of snowfall, roads start closing. It will alter your vacation. So one of the only big attractions accessible by car at this time of year are the Mammoth Hot Springs and its different levels. It's located right next to the visitor center, past the north entrance. Oh God, that looks so revitalizing right now. I just want to dip in there and forget everything that I've ever done wrong, because I know it'll wipe it away. Be careful when driving in Yellowstone. The roads are narrow, icy, and filled with obstacles. So continuing along my drive on the northern passage, I've encountered a problem. You see, my problem comes in the form of giant bison in the middle of the road. I don't think they're going anywhere. When there's a big herd of bison walking by, pull the cart over to the side, let them go. This is, after all, their habitat. They look so tasty. I have to say, that is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. That is so cool. They just knew to like walk around the car. Oh man, I thought they were gonna kick my ass and just ram into this rental. So I'm heading along the path that goes to Cook City and passes by Tower Junction before it gets there. Now, it's really key to note that you are hugging the Wyoming-Montana border, so the northern side of the park. So the reason I mention that is because it might not be the meat of the park, but it's what's open at the moment. Again, unfortunately, a lot of roads are closed from November on. So if you're on the northern side of Yellowstone National Park, this is kind of what you're gonna see. Now, I know what you guys are probably asking yourself. Mitch, why would you go in November? Mitch, why would you not stay on the western side of Yellowstone? Are you single? The quickest way to answer that is that I'm here on a bigger tour through Banff, through Montana, through Portland, through Seattle. So it is what it is, and the time of the year is the time of the year. Or I can just admit it and say, you know what? I like limiting myself. Reaching the Roosevelt Lodge means you've arrived at Tower Junction. From here to Cook City are about another 33 miles through the Lamar Valley. It's an increasingly barren landscape, and simply put, it's just not as scenic. So with daylight slowly slipping away, I've decided to find a viewpoint and enjoy the sunset. I think a lot of times when we travel, we tend to forget why it is that we went to that place once we actually get to that place. For me, Yellowstone was something that my childhood was calling. It was a place that I admired, that I sort of viewed in awe ever since I was a little boy. Coming and visiting and seeing it in person is no different. It's a vast wilderness. It's a park that would probably take you a good week to find out what it's really all about. Good thing is, at least I got a little slice. Now where's that damn Yogi Bear? I swear to God, he took my picnic basket.